everyone. I am Kyra with As You Wish Publishing, and I have gotten the privilege and the honor to publish the book Startup to Stand Out. And today, and as you've noticed, I have been doing some amazing interviews with our beautiful, fantastic, fabulous authors. And the author that I get to work with today is Maria Gelati. And she is a social worker with 30 years of experience and has had the incredible opportunity to work in a variety of settings. She founded Crossroads Consulting Services to provide business and organizational development that blends effective business practices with people-centered growth. This powerful combination of knowledge and skills is designed to help individuals and organizations thrive. You can find her at crossroadsconsultingservices.com. Maria, welcome to the interview. How are you today?
Thank you so much. I'm doing really, really well. The sun is finally out in upstate New York, so all is well.
I love that. That's that's the thing. We are starting to get some temperature going up, and so all of my freezing fingers and toes are starting to thaw out. So thank you for being with us today. Is there anything else that you'd like to say to our friends as we're introducing them to you today?
Just that being a business owner and certainly a woman-owned business, in spite of whatever struggle it's had, it brings a tremendous amount of pride. And I think that if we could encourage each other more often, I think it might be a little easier for whoever's considering to make the leap to make the leap. So it's been super helpful to have other women sharing their stories and their experience and giving you the old kudos and lifting you up along the way.
Yeah, I think it's key. And to have a book like this where we all get to come together and share a little bit that spans generations. It's not just like, one person kind of telling the story, even though that can be really effective as well. Having these multiple voices to bring together the concepts. And I hear a lot of people saying some of the same things around success and around, making what they do a reality, from concept to creation. So it's really, really cool to be in that energy and to be around all these lovely ladies.
Yeah.
So what inspired you to share your story and start up to stand out?
I think having had a really positive prior experience with writing with your company and feeling like it was a really good outlet to even get my own thoughts together. I think additionally, it's nice to reflect because when there's hard days, we have to remember that there have been hard days and we're still here. But also more importantly, to self-reflect on the growth in spite of the struggles, which can be a huge motivator to keep growing with purpose.
Yeah. I mean, and that's the key too. Like when we think about what keeps us going, you know, woo, we got to find those pockets of inspiration for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
What was pivotal for you, or that moment that was pivotal that you said, oh, I can do this, or that led to your success and potential?
Well, there's been a couple of them. I'm fairly certain that my intentional goal setting or my intentional process around opening my business was none of that. It was a very much opportunity to say, I think I can make more money if I do this differently. And I think I'll have more flexibility in my life if I do this differently, which at the time was reason enough to try it. It didn't necessarily bring all the helpful planning with that thought pattern, but definitely feeling like I could be more successful in terms of financial, reaching more people in what I do for work, and then having the flexibility to raise my son and do all the things that you do when you're raising kids.
Oh yeah. I mean, that right there, just that one statement. I don't know how many people realize how big that is. To say I'm a business owner and a mom.
Yep.
Doing all of the things all of the time. I can't imagine how challenging that was, as you were kind of developing your practice and developing your work and how you were getting out there. And then also too, you had your business baby, but you had your baby.
Right. Both babies
Mhm.
that no one was going to take care of unless I took care of both.
Right. And that's, I think of that myself, oftentimes when I think about, because we never had youngins, but I often think of our business as my youngin. It's like I have all the kids. you know?
Yes, for sure.
Yeah.
For
And so it's an interesting thing to think about it like that, because you want to nurture it and you want to help it grow and develop, and getting out of the way, knowing when to get out of the way, and knowing when to kind of move forward and trust the process. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
What's one piece of advice you give to other women looking to start or grow their business?
First and foremost, believe you can do it. Fear will be in the mix, but I think we have to keep it in check, and we have to know that it's just a normal part of the process. Ask other women how they've done it, how they've done the balancing act. And I think asking for help as you go, right? You want to pivot and do something different. Find out if other people have done that and how they did that. But ultimately, I think you have to know you can do it. Even if it waxes and wanes, you have to know that whatever it takes, I'm going to make it happen.
Oh, that tenacity, that ability to see beyond what's happening in the moment. And your chapter shares a lot of those challenges and things that you've worked through as you've gone along the way. So
Yeah.
it's really powerful to see that it is possible,
Yes,
and seeing that evidence,
absolutely. Absolutely. And being committed to staying in it, even when it's hard.
just over the years.
Hmm. Yeah, just stay in it. Might be more successful years, however you define success versus others, but you just stay in it.
So when we look at something like success, what does success look like for you?
I think in the beginning it was financial, being financially comfortable and having some freedom. I think over the years it's developed into more of a balance, having that ability to do my work with purpose, with intention, and going home and being able to turn it off and be present in my personal life as well. That's not consistent even now, but it's been the beautiful part of the success as I've gone through the process to realize I'm in control of how much I get involved with. I'm in control of how many hours I spend working on something, right? So I have to find that balancing act that allows me to say this is good enough.
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah.
I
And
can
then
take
letting
time
go.
for me. Yep. Yep. Take
Yeah.
time for me.
hmm Yeah. I've often had that problem of not being able to shut off. It's like and we work from home too. And, so we're like, when is the off switch?
Right.
You
Right.
know?
Yes.
Yeah, it can be really challenging, but we found our flow over the years to find that balance, and to know, sometimes I'll put a entire like blanket over top of my computer, but I'm like, that
Can't see it.
doesn't exist anymore. It's the weekend, you know.
Yes.
Out of office auto responders are key.
Yes.
Like, it's like, because otherwise I think, oh, I should be answering this, and it's like Saturday, at
Right.
8 p.m. No, no, no. Just cut it out. No, you don't need to answer. They're fine.
Right.
Everybody's fine.
Only
You
you
know,
expect that.
yes, yes,
Mhm.
yes. And even you don't even expect that from other people.
Nope. Nope. Nope.
Like,
Nope.
I wouldn't expect, if I called Maria for coaching and said, okay, well, you need to be on call 24 hours a day for
Right.
me. Anytime I have a thought or an email or a text or what, I wouldn't be like, yeah, no, that's premium service there. That's some VIP stuff.
Yeah. And I think that being successful is learning that about yourself.
Yeah, because burnout is real.
Oh, real. Very real.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So what's next for you in your business and your personal journey?
Well, with my son being an adult now and in the next chapter of his life, I'd like to have m- fewer things on my calendar. I'd like to work maybe 3 days a week, which of course will take
Right.
me, it'll take me a year to figure that out. So, that won't happen right away. I'd like to work a little bit less, but I thoroughly enjoy being within companies and organizations or working with coaching clients to really help them dig into that piece that motivates them and how to care better for themselves. And then within an organization, really helping them invest in their people, because that's the biggest bang for your buck, right? Being able to watch everybody get what they need while they're at work, like that is huge. I
Yeah,
love
and
the
unheard
culture.
of,
Yes,
I mean, and so that's where you need to go to Maria.
yes,
You need to talk to her about that because wow.
yes. So if I could have, some simultaneous investments like that, I'd be in my glory, because I do love
Yeah, yeah. And
love
you
it.
already do it and you have been doing it for a long time. So,
Mhm.
you have the proven effectiveness of the work that you do with people, which is really powerful as well.
Yeah, and it's been a nice combination to come from a mental health therapy, social work background, and then factor in the real world, right? Because people have to go to work and people have to maintain their mental health, and sometimes your jobs don't care. So, how do you
True.
start to really shake that up a little bit for an employer and
Hmm.
make that valuable to them?
Yeah. Yeah.
Fun.
Very good.
Mhm.
Do you have an event or an offer or something, a product that you'd like to share with our friends here listening?
Anybody that wants to sign up for coaching, I would give them a 20% discount on the coaching package. And if I get a referral and land a more like a business gig where there's an organization, a company, an agency, I would give 10% of what I make to the referral source.
That is incredible.
Mhm.
Okay.
Mhm.
Hold
Yeah,
on, I'm thinking for me.
yeah, yeah,
Perfect.
absolutely.
Um,
Absolutely.
very good. So, tell them your website again so they know how to reach you.
So the website is crossroadsconsultingservices.com. And I also have Instagram at Crossroads Consulting.
Okay, very good. And is there any last bit of insight or wisdom you'd like to leave our friends with today?
Um, First and foremost, to take care of yourselves. I think that wherever we go, there we are. So if we can start to learn a little bit more about what's making us tick and where our hiccups are, maybe we can start to have those conversations be more normalized. And maybe those conversations are happening at work, so you can get staff and upper management invested in some of the same goals that aren't necessarily monetary.
So would you think and say that HR people might be somebody that you would like to be in contact with or connect with? Okay.
Absolutely. Human
Okay.
resources, any executives that are working on things like culture and morale, um, those are really busy parts of my consulting right now. People really trying to overcome all of the staffing issues and those pieces of the puzzles by really increasing the staff morale and caring for people better within the culture of the organization so people will stay.
Yeah.
Mm.
Perfect.
It,
Marina,
it,
it's always a pleasure to talk to you and see you and be with you. And so I greatly appreciate you. Thank you for being here.
Anytime. Anytime.